When COVID-19 hit Philippine shores, lives of millions of Filipinos were turned upside down. It caused grief, confusion, and despair.
The DOH is confirming that a 38-year-old female Chinese patient under investigation, or PUI, is positive for the novel coronavirus 2019-nCoV after her lab results arrived today from the Victorian Infectious Disease.
The pandemic had left many dispirited due to an uncertain future, and has driven many Filipinos to seek comfort and healing in different forms. One of which is Korean culture, more popularly known as the Hallyu Wave. But what has made Korea and its culture so enticing and special to Filipinos? Let's find out from these Filipino personalities.
What is Korea to me? Korea to me is so many things. See, I first fell in love with K-dramas 3 years ago. And since, my love, respect, and admiration for all things Korean has not stopped. I have now developed a great fascination for Korean culture, great respect for its traditions, and a wonderful liking to its cuisine. See, I have learned to love all things Korean so much so that I listen to Korean music. I've written a Korean cookbook together with my soul sister, Lily Min. And I've even taken people with me to a tour around Korea to eat and experience the best of Korean food. So, what is Korea to me? Korea simply makes me happy.
I always had a very distant idea about what is Korea. All I know is that Korea is all about the food. Since I love Korean cuisine, and then I have met a lot of Korean students who are studying English in the Philippines, and I even did a movie starring Sandara Park, who eventually became Dara of Korea, and it was about a Korean student here in the country. But aside from that, that's my limited knowledge of Korea, aside from what I learned from college. Surprisingly, there was still so much more which came into my life later on, most especially during this pandemic period, because of Korean popular culture. And I realized it's a completely different world that needs to be studied and discovered. Now, how did Korea affect me during the pandemic? I have to thank K-dramas for keeping my sanity during this pandemic. Now that we're entering the 10th month, of quarantine, I've already consumed about 20 K-dramas, and I've not only learned to be entertained by K-dramas, I've learned to study it, to appreciate the structure, and take my hat off at the manner by which Korea gives great premium, great importance to its culture through the depiction that they show in these various shows. K-dramas alone are not the summation of Korean popular culture. Korean popular culture is everything that is being sold right now to the world, and hats off to them. I am taking serious study of Korean popular culture because it's a model of Asian culture which has literally invaded the world.
K-pop, K-food, K-language, K-beauty and fashion, K-dramas and movies. They have all encouraged a sense of togetherness between the Philippines and Korea, and have made a significant mark on the lives of a good number of Filipinos, especially during the pandemic while our fellow men are bravely fighting at the front lines. And it is with this that the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines has launched a very special nationwide campaign in honor of these brave heroes.
올해는 누구에게나 힘든 시기였던 것 같습니다. 특히 문화는 직접 느끼고 체험하고 감동받아야 하는데요. 그럴 수 있는 기회가 전혀 없었죠. 한국문화원은 이를 극복하고 이 사회가 유지가 될 수 있도록 사회 곳곳에서 어렵게 일하고 계시는 분들에게 한국 문화를 체험할 수 있는 이벤트, K-힐링 이벤트를 준비하게 되었습니다. 필리핀의 많은 분들이 사랑해주신 한국 드라마, 한국 음악, 한국 음식 등으로 구성된 한국 문화 힐링 패키지를 전달해서 한국 문화를 간접적으로나마 체험하시는 건데요. 많은 분들이 사연을 응모해 주셨는데요. 본인을 위해서가 아니라 가족과 이웃, 그리고 본인과는 전혀 상관없는 사회에서 수고하시는 분들을 위해 사연을 보내주셨고 많은 아름다운 사연들이 있었습니다. 이 이벤트를 통해서 저희는 힐링을 전달하고자 했는데 오히려 저희가 위로를 받았습니다. 많은 분들이 많이 수고를 해주셨고 그런 부분에 있어서 이 어려움은 누구도 경험해보지 못한 이러한 어려움은 가족과 이웃과 사회를 향한 연대의식 그리고 사랑만으로 극복할 수 있다는 것을 배웠습니다. 여러분들도 오늘 이 영상을 보시고 많이 위로받으시고 또 이 어려움을 이겨내갈 수 있는 힘과 용기를 얻기를 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
We've seen ordinary people do the extraordinary as they step up and fight the COVID-19 pandemic. While the majority were asked to quarantine safely in their homes, others were called to the front lines, battling the global pandemic head-on to keep us safe and the economy afloat. Through the K-Healing Overcome Together campaign, let's meet some of the faces behind the front lines and be inspired by their stories of courage and sacrifice. These are the stories that embody the true and proud Filipino values, that of selflessness and public service.
Isang ina, isang guro.
I'm the fire chief ng Marikina Filipino-Chinese Fire Brigade Volunteers.
Field care supervisor po ng janitorial.
I'm a registered nurse.
Isang ama at nagtatrabaho bilang isang gwardiya.
Yun talaga yung biggest struggle namin during the pandemic. Pang emotionally nakaka-drain po talaga siya.
Naranasan namin na ma-lockdown.
Trabaho po namin ay naging delikado rin po para sa amin.
May pandemic pa, tapos sunod-sunod pa yung calamities na tumatama sa atin.
Mahirap pero kakayanin.
Kailangan po yung pagtutulungan. Kahit anong problema yan, malalampasan yan.
The unity of the group, malaking bagay po yan.
Walang kapalit, walang lahat.
In an effort to recognize all the selfless acts and sacrifices of those on the battlefield, the K-Healing Overcome Together campaign provided an opportunity to show how extraordinary Filipinos are. KCC received an overwhelming total of 156 nominations, recognizing over 900 frontline heroes nationwide, from doctors to nurses, barangay officials, military men, police officers, grocery attendants, and janitors, among others. As part of the Korean Embassy's partnership with the Department of Education for the Special Program for Languages, KCC also recognized the teachers at the front lines of their partner schools, like Kalayaan National High School in Pasay and Makati High School.
School is indeed very blessed. We are so thankful that Korean Cultural Center is always with us with the implementation of the SPFL Korean program. And we still feel thankful and grateful for always giving us this chance of making students learn Korean language. And of course, with the help of KCC, they were able to share with us much of their resources to make the program possible.
With travel and movement restrictions imposed and with the unseen enemy continuing to challenge the country, KCC sent out K-Healing packages, from beauty products to delicious Korean delicacies, to exclusive K-pop and K-drama merchandise and Korean language books. This was a simple effort to allow those at the front lines to experience true Korean care and culture amid all the uncertainties. KCC was able to deliver K-Healing packages to 15 individuals and to 314 members from 15 different groups.
Korean culture helped me a lot.
The Korean pop music, the Korean telenovelas and films became a source of cheerfulness and inspiration in these trying times.
Panonood ng Korean movies, telenovela.
Parte na siya ng buhay ko. Nagiging bahagi na siya ng buhay ng Pilipino.
I'm praying that you guys will all be safe. You've got a noble job. And thank you for everything that you do for everyone.
Together, we conquer this na ka-forward tayo. Parang kailangan lang na magbigayan tayo ng tatag sa isa't isa.
I'm hoping for a better situation with less worry and more hope, less fear, more courage to face the new days coming.
Music is a universal language. It connects us no matter where we are. Let's put a song in our hearts during this time as we witness a special arrangement of Amazing Arirang for 2020 by Hello K, which aims to show the beauty of Korean arts and culture, bringing consolation and peace to the global community affected by COVID-19.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I
We hope that these give strength and comfort to you and everyone across the globe. Korean dramas have a unique way of telling different stories across all genres. And just like a K-drama, we hope that this message will inspire you and put a smile on your face.
슬기로운 의사생활에서 김준환 역을 맡았던 정경호입니다. 먼저 우리 또 슬기로운 의사생활 드라마 많이 사랑해주신 필리핀 시청자 여러분께 진심으로 감사드립니다. 이렇게 온라인으로 인사드려서 너무 반갑고요. 현재 필리핀에서도 코로나19로 방역 일선에 있는 의료진과 관계분들과 너무 고생하셨다고 들었습니다. 비록 제 짧은 메시지지만 여러분들께 많은 위로와 응원 됐으면 좋겠습니다. 힘든 시기 우리를 같이 보내고 있는데요. 필리핀 국민들의 밝은 미래, 저도 주 필리핀 한국문화원이 함께 응원하도록 하겠습니다. Kaya natin ito.
We salute everyone who participated
and helped us fight this pandemic. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much.
We'd like to thank the Republic of Korea through their Korean Embassy in the Philippines, the Korean Cultural Center of the Philippines, and the Korean people for thanking the Filipino frontline workers. We are humbled to receive this act of gratitude. With this, we feel that the efforts we made for the past months are valued. Daghang salamat, maraming salamat po Korea. Thank you Korea, we will overcome this together. Kamsahamnida Korea!
Thank you, Korea. We will overcome this together. Salamat, Korea.
We were very lucky to have this Navy of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. We express our deepest gratitude. Thank you so much, Korea.
Thank you, Korea.
Salamat,
Korea.
Salamat, Korea. Thank you, Korea. We will overcome this together.
안녕하세요.
Salamat KCC.
Thank you, Korea.
Kamsahamnida, Korea.
Salamat, Korea.
Salamat, Korea.
Thank you, Korea.
We will overcome this together.
Thank you, Korea.
Salamat, Korea.
Through the K-Healing Overcome Together initiative, we at KCC share our deep gratitude and appreciation for all frontliners and to all the Filipinos who have sacrificed greatly to protect the country. We are thankful to all those who have actively done their part as a member of society, no matter how small they are. We hope that you stay strong and inspired.